Alright. Let's fire a test message. And there it is. Beautiful. Alright. Okay. Browse as guest. Oh. I can never escape these. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down on my side. Beautiful. Okay. So, art creation time. Make it sound like we're about to make a huge load of progress, which I hope we will. But that progress will have to start with this. So SPR enemy eyeball. So we need to get this done. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and probably pick some darker color. Okay. I think that is the side we're gonna use this on. Let's see, let's pick a brighter color. And let's, maybe, what are we gonna go with? Yellow? Okay, let's get rid of these frames. Add a frame, onion skin. Let's only have one frame. this is kind of useless. Why is there not a single... Not a single... I'm gonna answer my own question. Never mind. Okay, so I want to select this. Get rid of this so that I can see this guy. Okay, we'll do brush, pick this color. Okay, we'll move it maybe like 5 frames a second. Can we copy? And we'll go over here and paste. Yes. Insert another frame. Okay, this one's going to be more or less the same. Except maybe for just a handful of minor changes. Okay. And then we'll insert another one here. Once again, just a few little changes here and there. Since it's kind of like squish and stretch and squish, or what do you call it? Here we go, and then we'll do this. Go. It's like playing 2D Minecraft with these textures. Okay. Yeah, this is some weird lighting. I actually think this whole entire thing should be faded on the other side. It looks kind of weird. Maybe it's just too much, but I don't know. Yeah, this actually looks better. Ooh, the line tool. Nice. Okay, so what I want to try to do now is something like this. that. So how about this? We'll make a new layer. Let's experiment with this. So we'll do that, that, and then it'll disappear. I'll have to do that. Okay, so what it is an attempt okay, sort of. Of course, I drew it on the wrong side. Okay. Okay. Huh. Okay, that might work. Hmm.
We're best friends. I mean, I knew everything about this girl. I knew her favorite color. I knew her favorite food. Yeah.
Actually, you know what I can do? Ooh, this might actually work. Maybe. So, if I pause this, and let's say I draw this, I then select that. No. Oh, come on. Okay. Take this, cut it, and then run the this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Up, almost. Okay. Not quite. We gotta synchronize this with the animation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's still an animation there. Come on. There we go. Okay, so this is the point where this should not be this. It's kind of static, that's why it looks kind of weird. Okay. Okay. Adding detail. one by one. Let's make sure there aren't any disconnected pieces here now, shall we? Great. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Not bad. The only thing is the eye color. I think I'm going to change the eye color to be something more red. For one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and replace that. Whoops. Yeah, replace this with like some sort of a red-ish, dark brown color. So this with that. What the hell? Click to remove a color. Okay, that's not what I need. Oh well. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and flip this, go to a darker shade of maybe magenta. You know what? Let me try something. I'm going to erase this on every single frame. Okay, and I'm gonna do this. So we'll go over here, make it a single pixel, set that, 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 that. Okay. So in here, we're gonna start this, and then we're gonna start this, and that, and that. Okay, so we have to say it's not quite. It's moving way too fast. That's why. Okay. Okay, close. Okay. One more thing is let's make a sprite SPR shadow small. As a matter of fact, I think we can just do this. Okay, so with the enemy eyeball, the object, in the draw event, let's see, where do we draw the sprite? X and Y coordinates. Yes, so then we'll say, we'll draw the shadow beneath it. SPR, shadow small, 0? Sure. XY plus 32 pixels for now. 1, 1. Actually, this can be image X scale and image Y scale. Rotation of 0, color of C white, transparency of 0.5. Okay. That's looking... Holy crap, that looks a hell of a lot better. Okay. Just added the shadow, that's all I did. Okay, here we go. Let's get these things out of the way. I do need to lower it by maybe 64 pixels. Actually, I'll draw it where it's supposed to be, but the sprite, Y minus 64. Maybe I'll draw the actual eyeball enemy higher. See how it works out there. There. Okay, nice. And that's so much better. Just a simple shadow. Alright, we're gonna need to make sure that the enemies don't fall outside of the enemies don't fall outside of the area, the room bounds. Not bad, I like it. Let's add a shadow to the player as well. As a matter of fact, before doing that, let's go ahead and let's see, can we transform things here? I don't think we can. Let's see. Okay. Supposedly there's a tool here that is apparently called the rotate tool. That's the arc tool, selection. There. Okay, that's the rotate tool, but that's not what we need. What is this? Flip, mirror. Yeah. So there's no scale tool, unfortunately. Image. Flip, rotate, reverse. Yeah. The tool has a mighty long way to go. This, paste, 7, just for preview. Okay, that should work. Oh yeah, they're not, let's see. When they're being drawn, they're drawing this image index is what I need to draw to animate it. Okay. Okay, so that's fine, but it's not quite what I need. Let's do this. So we'll do float y equals 0, and then float advance equals 0. Okay, so we'll go over here, yes, and we'll say when you do this, float wiggle, float sine wiggle. We'll say float advance equals sine of, or float y will be the sine of float advance, and that should return a plus minus 1, so we'll do plus equals 0.01, and that is going to go to this guy, plus, let's do like 10 multiplied by this amount, just for starters. See how it looks. I also want to increase the shadows, the surrounding shadow, in the level tool. Okay. Okay, I want to say... Okay, it's floating, just very slowly. That's not good. And the floating amount will actually also modulate the shadow width, which will make it look more concise, so to speak. Okay. So that's right. And now, what I can do is I can say float advance, or float y. Instead of image index, this will be float y plus 1. So since it's -1 plus 1 is what it returns, then if I add 1, it's going to be 0 to 2. So I need to divide it by 2. So now it's going to be 0 to 1. And now I need to do multiplied by sprite, or I should say image number, or sprite layer sprite index. I need this image number of a certain sprite though, or okay. Ooh. Stuff. Oh boy. Okay. There is a function that can get it done, but it's not going to be here. It's going to be somewhere else. Let's see. Frames. Sprite get number. That's what I need. Sprites have to have at least one sub-image. Right. Of course, we'll set the image index to random frame based on number of sub-images in that sprite. Okay, there we go. That's what I need. It's not an obsolete function, is it? God, I hope not. Okay, so sprite number. Or sprite get number from SPR shadow small. Okay, so that should animate the shadow in sync with the up and down flotation. Nice. Okay, so it's working. The only problem is it's a little wobbly. So I need to floor this entire value. I actually don't like how even... Oh, I actually have 1, 2, 3. I actually have an extra sprite there. That's why it looks so weird. This, and that's the copy, which needs to be adjusted. Okay, here we go. Try this out. Nice. Here we go. Okay, so let's fix this whole dodgy looking hit animation. Right? So this would be in the enemy object. This guy. So we need to do like a hit pause will be equal to 1 room speed. Excuse me. Rel multiplied by room. Well, 1 multiplied by room speed. So 1 whole cycle, which is going to be a second long. It might be a little bit too long, but let's see. So this is happening right here. And we'll say we'll set the direction, and we will set 1 multiplied by room speed. This is actually where we have to set it, not when we define it. Hit pause. 1 times room speed. You know what I realized is that this freaking window piece is in the shot. Quite annoying. Okay. You know what? If I set the speed and direction right away, it's going to move right away. So how about this? Instead of setting these two variables, we'll have to say hit is true. As a matter of fact, yeah, hit is true. We'll say speed will be equals to 0. So they stop moving.
Anyone saying they want to go out with you is pretty great, isn't
Okay, what is going on here? What did I do? Okay, so hit pause, set to 1 second. So if we go to enemy eyeball, we say if not hit, else if we are hit, we'll say if hit. Man. If hit pause is above 0, then we'll say hit pause minus equals, or minus minus, and then if hit pause is equals to 1, and then we're gonna go ahead and set these parameters, so the speed and direction at which it's supposed to bounce back, at which point it's gonna do that. And we'll do else, we can do all of this stuff. Pause upon getting hit to look dynamic. What? Okay, it looks like it's getting... Oh yeah, I don't think I... Yeah. So we need to say if hit, or I should say if enemy id.hit is equals to false, we need to do this. Otherwise it just does it for as long as there's a collision, and there's a collision that lasts for more than 1 frame. Okay. For God's sakes, man, come on. What are you doing? Okay, so if not, hit enemy id dot hit. So if it's false, oh, we already have that. It's right here. So what? So what the hey? No, this is supposed to only work once. So what's going on? You know, it could be that it could just be that it's getting moved. So when we hit, we set speed to 0. We set hit pause to be 1 room speed, which is 1 second. We deduct HP, and then we set hit to be true. Now if we go to the eyeball, we say if hit happened, So this, let's say if hit pause is above 0, which it is, we'll subtract -1. And while we're doing that, if hit pause will be equals to, if it will be equals to 1, which should happen only once, we'll go exactly 180 plus minus 45 degrees opposite to where we were going. We'll set speed to 20. Alright, and that's the end of... Is it though? Yeah. So yeah, if hit pause is above 0, but once it reaches 0, that's when we can do this. So we start decreasing the speed. Okay. So let me put in on a destroy event. Let me do show debug message. So we'll say I dead. I robot. Nice to meet you, robot. Okay. So did it say I dead? Nope. No I dead, which means these are not dead. I have no idea where they are. Let's see. If we go here. One. Oh. Actually, there we go. I did. So we are destroying them. That's not supposed to happen. Why are we destroying them so quickly? How about we will clear the list. Hit IDs. Yep, there's the I dead. Okay. The only reason why it would do that is because we're decreasing their health right away. So why is that happening? Let's see, we have our hit. See, we have a hit false here. So we need to draw something for us right now. Draw text. XY. Yeah, let's do Y minus 200 or 150. We'll do hit plus string version of the variable. Okay, let me take a look at the code for this thing. So if HP is below or equals 0, so let me disable that and see just how far the HP drops. Yeah, see? It... What the hell? Okay. Okay, so if... Only if it's equals to false, we will set it to true. So... It doesn't even turn hit to true. Okay, so this is the condition at which we can turn... Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. See, it says if the speed is below 0.1, it will set hit equals false. And now when we hit the player, or when we hit the enemy, it sets the speed to 0. Okay, so that's not what we need. Okay. So if hit pause is above 0, then that happens. Then when it reaches 0, this happens. But by that point, we've already set speed to be above. So if we go to the eyeball enemy, we'll say hit pause, run the game. What? What the heck? Why is hit pause being reset so fast? Hit pause. We are setting it properly, right? Nope. That's why it's not working. Okay, here we go. And okay. Enemy ID, not set before reading it. So what is this? This is enemy eyeball dot hit enemy what? Hit enemy ID. Eyeball step 30. Oh yeah, that's right. It's because we moved the code back into or move the code into the eyeball, so we don't need to use its reference ID that we get from the player object in the first place. Yes. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. That's actually pretty much what I need. I just need it to be shorter. Okay, so we got hit pause from the player. We'll have to say when we hit him, instead of room speed, we'll set it to maybe like 15. So we'll actually be able to see the momentary contact. All right, and let me disable the damn sort. Eyesore is what it is. Nice. Okay, and we'll have some feedback on that. Nice. And wait, does the player have a shadow underneath them? Nope. Not by the looks of it. Draw sprite extended sprite index image index image x scale image y scale image angle, or actually we should say after this it's x and y. Image angle, image blend, and image alpha. Okay, and then there, this is where we're going to be able to draw our shadow. Not said before reading it. Float Y, of course, because we're not floating. For now, we'll just use, you know, that value. Okay, that is a huge image. This needs to be way smaller. I think it's like one, maybe. Actually, yeah, I gotta be careful. You gotta be careful about that because we scale everything in 5 times. Yeah. Why is this thing so big? Okay, and we need to fix the Z sorting. Depth equals Y. I think so. I think we should be able to do this. Maybe. Uh-huh. Fascinating. So the stuff is there, it's just it's being displayed on a ludicrously huge. Okay, so I will need to I think I'd have to make this in code actually, because this would have to be this plus maybe something like 1,000. Because the top of the room is 0, so that will be depth 0, and the layer that contains our level mesh, our level shape, is at 300. And of course This has to be in the negative. The negative values are closer to the camera, so yay. There we go. So this has to deal with the sorting, or it was supposed to deal with the sorting. Why are there so many? Oh yeah, that's right. Because they're not dying. Because I disabled the this guy. Okay, but was it working or was it not working? Okay, it is working. Mahias. Mahias. Okay. So that's good. The only thing I need to do now is when the enemies hit, I need them to flash. Okay, so this is that. The only thing is that there's no... There's no function for drawing the sprite in white. You can draw it in black, but you can't draw it in white. Not unless we do like a set blend, not blendable, blend mode, and we'll find a blend mode that might be able to work for us. BM Max might work, maybe. don't want to use a shader. Oh man, come on. Really? Do I have to use a shader? Really? 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 Oh man, okay, fine. Okay, let's do create a shader, sh, enemy hit flash. Okay, and we're gonna say we're gonna have to say that this will be in the oh man, I can't do a draw event. Ah boy. Boy, 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 boy. Enemy eyeball. So we got the draw. Let me try something. So can we do draw draw set or whoops, GPU set GRU apparently. Blend mode. Okay, so BM max. And then we'll draw this, and then we'll say, and now normal. Let's take a look at this. Although this thing should probably not be orange, should probably be white. Wrong number of arguments for GPU set blend mode. What do you mean wrong number of arguments? Line 46. Was this? No, yeah. Okay. What's the deal? Did I break it? I think I broke it. Okay. That's not what I want. Okay, I guess I can't use this. That would be like an extended version, I'm guessing. Okay, seriously, really? Okay, fine, whatever. Screw you then. What the? Oh, Jesus. Did I do? I think I did something. I need to exit this. Yeah, yep. I pressed Control Space, which made this thing. Actually, let me do this. Let me suspend hotkeys. Oh, come on. Always on top. You have betrayed me. You were doing just fine. Pause script. There we go. Okay, beautiful. Since I don't need any references right now, I can go ahead and exit. Yep. Okay, object enemy eyeball. So this is where I can actually bring back this guy. Finally test it out, because I thought I broke it by using the wrong blending modes, but the ones that I wasn't supposed to use. Oh yeah. And I keep drawing this in orange. Let's do C white. C white. You know what? I think it just might be easier to do the shader thing. If they didn't account for it, then they didn't account for it. I'm sure that everyone else has already experimented with blend modes enough times to know that it's a moot point at this point. Okay, so we'll say this shader set sh enemy flash hit, and then shader reset. Okay, now what I want to do is that get shader set uniform f, because we're gonna be needing to do this shader set. We'll get the shader parameter. We're gonna need to edit some parameters inside of the shader as it's running, like the flash brightness. Okay, shader parameters. So this is whiteness. And we're gonna go, okay, whiteness, sh enemy flash, and then we'll edit whiteness to be 1 or 0.5, I guess, for the time being. We're not even gonna use that value for now. We'll go to the shader. Okay. So we got vColor. vColor is a vector 4, so if we go v underscore v color, so we'll say 1.0, 1.0, 1.0, 1.0. We'll say vColor equals vec4 that, so that should turn the entire sprite completely white. Oh yeah. Assign. Line 11. Why? Okay. That does exactly diddly squat. But if I say 0.3 3, would it be half transparent? Because if it will, then I will know that it's working. Nope. Not half transparent. Okay, let's take a look at the eyeball. SH, enemy hit. So technically we're not even doing any sort of shader sets. We're just trying to get one shader to do one thing. And it's not doing that because I'm applying it to one sprite, and then immediately after that drawing another sprite. And that's why it looks like it's not doing anything. There we go. That's what I need. Creepy. Okay, so we'll go over here. Object enemy eyeball. In this guy. And this is where we have to do 1.0. Okay, so it's using the original color for some reason. So what if we say vector for call, and we'll just put that there, and that will be our color. Big old diddly squat. So what if we do 0.3? The transparency is working. I guess we have the fragment color, GM base texture. That could be doing something. Yeah, see, the transparency is working. What if we do like 255? Right? RGB. One would figure. Hey, there we go. There we go. So that's actually perfect. So all I need to do here is say that we have a varying. So we'll go into the draw event and re-enable what? Wait a minute. What? Was the shader hit flash? Yeah. Where's the varying stuff that I had in here? Did I put it in the player? Nope. So where did I put it? The shader uniform. Okay, fine. We have our help file. We can just open that up. And we'll say shader underscore glass. So this is sh enemy hit flash. And we'll say flashing hit underscore flashing. Hit flashing will be equals to that value for the time being, and this is going to be flashing. So that means that if we go to our shader, we now need to say uniform float called flashing, And this, I'll need to multiply by all three of these values. Okay. So now we'll say flash or hit flash toggle and hit flash rate. Rate will be 10. Hit toggle will be false. Okay, we'll go to step. So if we are hit in the draw event, actually, yeah, we can just do it here. Else, flash the shader. Even though we're not flashing the shader here, we're just setting the values. So if hit flash is false, we'll need to say hit flash will be equals to true. Else we'll set it to false. Now this will be encompassed in if this is above 0, then we'll have to do this minus minus, else that. So you see flash, I need flash counter, 3 variables. Okay, so flash counter, there we go. This is just how fast it flashes, nothing else. So we'll, after toggling it, we'll say hit flash counter will be equals to hit flash rate, which is set to 10. Okay. The only thing is that hit flash toggle. Let's do 1.0 and false 0.0. If it's 0.0, because we gotta send float values. If it's 0.0, we'll set it to 1.0. Else, if it is 1.0, we'll set it to 0.0. And then when we do this, hit false, this will be equal to 0.0, so that we stop the flashing and reset the value, just like that. Okay, see if it works. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, the flashing is working. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, first of all, the rate could be doubled. But, big old but, the shader, this guy, we'll probably have to, instead of setting it to that, we'll have to do this, and we'll have to say that the color multiplied by this. Ah, man. We can't multiply by that. Wait, actually, we can do plus color, and we'll put it in the brackets. Okay, not quite. So what if we say this 0.0? Even though, okay, so even though it's transparent, so in that case, we'll do this. Can we just, no, I don't think you can multiply the entire vector 4 by a single value. Okay, here we go. So not only are we not going to be adding on the low flash, on the no flash, we're not going to be adding transparency, we're also not going to be adding color. Hopefully. Come on. Hey, look at that. Beautiful. Nice. Okay, the only problem is the shadow. The shadow keeps overlapping with the enemy object. So I feel like I'm gonna have to make a separate object. Okay, let me go to the enemy eyeball. And let me go ahead and not draw the pausing animation. I'm also not going to draw those debug messages. Assignment operator expected. What did I just comment out? Oh, okay. Gotta make sure I comment out the entire line. Yep, more issues with that. Malformed something something. Okay. Nice. Okay, and the health bar, please. Can I? First of all, that health bar needs to be smaller. So say probably like 40. Also needs to be thinner, so minus 70 plus like 5, and then see health bar widths, and then we'll say health bar height, health bar float equals. This will be, instead of 70, this is actually going to be 110. As a matter of fact, gotta make sure we change it in both places. Oof. What happened there? Oh. Interesting. Almost turned into an RPG game. Or RTS game, I should say. Okay, this is that plus 5. Health bar heights. Which is going to be equals to 5. Nice. Okay. I think I want to up the elevation to maybe something like 130. That would actually make sense because I lifted the enemy up by 30. No, 64 pixels. So instead of 70, it should be 130. Heh. Nice. Now. Okay. Another thing is the speed of the swiping speed. That could actually be a separate value. Okay. Let's see. Attack speed equals, let's do like 2. So when we're attacking, and that's happening, but that's not what we're supposed to do. Okay, when we're attacking, we'll have to say image speed be equals to attack speed. Okay, so when we're not attacking, we'll say image speed will be equals to 1. That could change later on, depending what other animations look like. Hey. Okay, well, twice as fast is a little bit bad. Also, there's no lean in her body. Like when she's running forward, she's supposed to lean forward. This just looks wrong. She looks stiff as a board. The animation is... oof. Okay. This is actually starting to feel kind of nice. Wait until I add like rolling. This is actually a great example of what happens when you start overthinking about creating more content, more content, more content. You think there's not enough content. You think there's not enough to do. You think your game needs more, you know? But it's not until you actually start putting things together, when you start realizing that, okay, the game plays itself. The game pretty much, the experience of the little things fills in the rest. I like it. if you can dash, like dash over here, hit, dash over there, hit, that would actually make for a really fun experience. I like it. Me like it. Me like it a lot. There's a rogue frame here that I'm not quite fond of. In the eyeball. Yeah, that one. Looks kind of weird. Bad, not bad. Okay. So I'm thinking, what if actually, holy crap. Can we not use the draw begin event? Just for the shadows? Let's see. Maybe. I think everybody's draw begin event gets executed, then everybody's draw main event, and then everybody's draw end event, I think. So it's not like first enemies draw begin, the draw, and then draw end. Okay, well, that may be the case, but I wouldn't be able to tell because I can't see it. Draw begin. So I think it's because the level is actually in the draw event as well. So the level gets drawn on top. The only other thing that I can do is maybe put it in the draw end event. Like the main draw code would go in the draw end event, and then I mean, I feel like that might create problems later on. It would probably do it. I mean, it would probably work, but I feel like it's just gonna create problems after a little bit. So what if I do OBJ, shadow NPC, SPR shadow S. Okay. So every enemy is going to create instance, create layer XY. In the layer, shadows. Or drop shadows, and it'll be OBJ shadow NPC. Okay, and we're gonna say that shadow or my drop shadow will be equals to that. Now we're gonna create a new layer. I'm gonna call this, let's see, this is the level. Above the level, drop shadow, drop shadows, yes. And then over here, most likely in the begin step event, we're gonna say my drop shadow.x equals x, my drop shadow.y equals y. Not bad. I like the way that turned out. Okay, so let's take a look. I know that there's one of those shadows. One of those shadows still needs to be disabled though. So we'll go to the draw event, we'll disable that shadow, and we need to go to the NPC and we need to say that drop shadow dot image x scale equals to image x scale, and then y scale to y scale. All right, hopefully that will work. Oh man, but that wouldn't synchronize the shadow though. I'd have to do that. Well, I'd have to add a little bit of code. Okay. So, yeah. I need to add some code to this. Image alpha equals 0.5. And what else? Over here, I think in the step event, where do I update the position? Begin step, okay. And here we'll say my drop shadow dot image index will be equals to, that will be equals to that entire set of shenanigans, so that the animation of the shadow circle would be synchronized with the floating height. Right. Also, the floating height needs to be changed, or inversed, I should say. But hey, take a look at that. The shadows are not overlapping. Only the enemies are. Oh, jeez. The shadows remain. I've killed them into oblivion. Okay. So when we destroy, we need to make sure that we also instance destroy this false. Okay, what else did I want to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to inverse the frames. Now I could do that via code. So you see it's becoming smaller. It would be easier to do it here. Let's see. Images. Reverse. Onion skin settings. Ah, look at that. Okay, can we reverse this? No, no we can't. Guess why would you be able to reverse this? You have to drag every single thing by yourself. Okay, I forget what am I testing. Okay, that is technically not correct. Ooh. I just got an idea. And the idea is to make them bleed after they've been hit. Now, I already wanted to make like some sort of a blood splatter position in between. Right, as you can see, that is not the correct way. So maybe the white depth let's see, I think it's an enjoyment. Okay, so depth, it will be y multiplied by -1, which is, you know, it's kind of redundant putting it in brackets, but you know, whatever. There we go, finally. This is now correctly displaying in terms of depth. Oh man. This with a bunch of friends and music. Oh my god, this would be awesome. And you know, with the pistol, the musket pistol, would have to be a pretty quick action, like, and that's it, right? Speed-wise, like for me clicking, like, click, and that's it. Oh man, I can't wait to add roll to this. That and metal music. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'll grab a bite to eat, and I'll come back, and we'll continue this. Alright, we're doing good. We're doing great, actually. Pretty damn awesome. Okay.